Another one. Hey, good morning, and welcome to Monday Morning Talks. I am your girl Soso, and I am here with my girls Michelle Lachey and Miss J. And we are here with our lovely cousin Gamal, or should
Good
I say
morning.
Officer Pug.
That's right. Good morning. Good morning.
Good
All
morning.
right.
Good morning. Good morning.
I put the city on hold to be on this broadcast. I'm excited.
Well,
Well, hey,
thank you for joining us.
Hey, yes.
Thank
Look,
you.
uh-huh.
today's topic is we're celebrating Juneteenth.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
That's right. That's right.
So we are going to talk about what the actual meaning of Juneteenth is, why it's celebrated. We're also going to talk about basically being Black in America then and
Mm-hmm.
being Black in America now. So,
Mm-hmm.
come on, since you're
Yes.
our guest and you've been doing a lot of research,
Yes.
tell us about Juneteenth.
Well, I know that Juneteenth started in Texas when the slaves were informed that. Well, no, let me rephrase that. When the kidnapped people were informed that they were no longer slaves, and by the Union armies. And from that point on, once they migrated up north in different places, Juneteenth started to spread. I would say that was 1865. I looked up. Matter of fact, you have it on your T-shirt, right? 1865.
Yes.
And from that point on, different areas started. Those people started taking it to different states and celebrating the day of our independence. While most people celebrated the 4th of July as America's independence, we were still slaves during their so-called independence. Our independence started after decades later. So I would say that it should be a federal holiday where we should have a great celebration, fireworks and everything going on for our Independence Day. That's our independent African Americans Independence Day. You know, and
There's something about talks of making it a national holiday,
I
though.
hope so. I hope so. I mean,
I
we're
think
still
some
fighting
states
today.
have already started passing it as a national holiday, like
Yeah.
within the last year.
Yeah, but I know in Texas it's a national. It's a day, a celebration in Texas. In other states. I also know when I did my research, other states celebrate our Independence Day on different months. Like in Kentucky, they celebrated August 8th, compared to in Texas where they got the news in June of 1865, January, no, June 1865,
1960.
19th. In Kentucky on August 8th, they were freed. So every year, August 8th, in Kentucky, they have the same celebration. You know, it is, but it really started June 19th.
I didn't know anything
All
about it.
right. So I wonder what must other states celebrate it in the South? If Kentucky chose their state, so was all slaves freed around the same time? Because I remember reading something a long time ago where I don't want to like mess up what I read, but I think I spoke on it before a while ago about some slavery. When I think when Obama got in office,
Hmm.
it was one state that still had people as slaves, and they freed them or something. You don't read this.
Yeah,
I be hearing stuff and y'all don't hear it. Y'all you heard about that?
in 1976, Kentucky finally made it a law, to abolish slavery. All the way up from 1970, or from that time to 1976, it still was on the books in Kentucky as
Mhm.
slavery. Even though they didn't have any slaves, they still had it on the books.
Wow.
1976. So even to this day, we're still fighting for equal rights to this day. And those kidnappers didn't want to give up. They just don't want to give up their position of being equal to other human beings.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, Gamal, as a Black officer, do you experience any racism or any inequalities, or what
yes,
Can you give us a day in the life of you as an
Okay, so
officer, as a black
yes.
officer?
Okay, so let me explain. Like, I have been, I'm a black man. I'm a black man first before I'm an officer. Okay. So I treat our people a little differently. I know the struggles that they've been through because I grew up before I was an officer. I grew up under the same type of scrutiny. And now that I'm in this position, I know what they're going through. And so I get it on both sides sometimes. Sometimes people don't understand that I'm so much on your side that, like, for example, during the George Floyd riots, right? I mean, protests. There were so many black people coming up to me so angry. How can you be a black man and working for the police department? How could you do it? And I said, because you want me here. I'm not the one that's going to shoot you first. I'm not the one. I'm the one that's going to listen to what you have to say. I'm the one that's gone through the struggle with you. I'm on your side. You know, I want the same equality. When I'm out this uniform, I have the same problem that you have. You know, on this job, I have the same problems, except it's just disguised a little bit differently. You know, oh, you know, I'm a sergeant, so they go, "Hey, Sarge, how you doing?" But you can tell who wants to listen and who doesn't want to listen. So I go through it. I get it from both ends. And I try to tell my people is, listen, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, and I'm not going to discriminate, and I'm not going to bow down to someone else or pressure because of, you know, the majority of them are white officers. I'm not going to follow along with them. I'm going to follow along with my gut instinct, what I have to do, you know. And so I get it on both ends, you know. But once people hear what I have to say and they see how I supervise and how I go about my business here in the city, they love it. You know, they go, "Oh man, you one of the good guys," you know. So I'm glad I'm in this position. You know, I get to tell other officers, you can feel comfortable. Other black officers, you can feel comfortable being yourself. You don't have to be somebody else.
Right.
You know.
Well, thank you for your service.
Oh
Yes,
man,
yes.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
And
That's
thank you
why
for being so black.
Yeah.
right.
Well, well, thank you for living in
That
my
part,
skin.
so.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
friend who just had her son had a situation where they were leaving somewhere like a studio late at night, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, and they got pulled over by a black cop,
Uh-huh.
and when the cop came to the window of the car, they were like, "Oh my God, thank God you're black," because you
Mhm.
know we were scared for our life, right? And the guy like went straight ballistic on them and what do you mean? And get out the car, like, and he like turned it up like 1,000,001 times, and it's like, dang,
Yeah.
you my brother, and he like, I ain't your brother, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Mm.
have you seen that, or like reprimanded someone for that, or heard of that? In I mean, I know there's certain things you're not supposed to say, you know, because there's
Hmm.
a code of honor, but have
Hmm.
you seen anything like that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you do because I, I they want to blend in. You know, we're the majority here. I mean, we're the minority here, and so a lot of them want to blend in. They want to be one of the cool guys, and I have to let them know. Listen, if they're real human beings and they're real officers do their job. You
Mhm.
know, some of them are just perps with a badge, and they never had any position of power before, and so they see us. They only go on what they see on TV or what they see in a movie or what they read in a book or what they hear on the radio. And so they think, oh well, these guys are already stronger than me. They're faster than me. I got to do something to show them I'm more powerful than them. And I have to let my guys know, listen, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to remember you grew up in the same neighborhoods that I grew up in, and we need that same type of respect that every officer is supposed to give you. You know, I've worked on this job for 30 years, right? And I've worked in white communities where I've seen I've seen white people talk to officers like talk down to them. And I'm like, wow, if that was in my neighborhood, you would want to arrest them.
Mhm.
You know, I've seen incidences where a black kid did the same thing a white kid did. You gave the white kid a break, but you wanted to enforce the law on the black kid. And I had to sit back and go, no, we're not doing it this way. We do. 2 weeks ago we did this situation, we was in this situation, and now we going through the same situation right now, and we're gonna do
Right.
that. We're gonna apply the same rules. The same rules apply. So you know what you get after that? Oh, I don't want to work with him.
Mm.
Which is a good. I'm happy for it. You know, I'm like, good. I ain't want to work with you anyway. You know, so if that's the way to get rid of the but not all. You know, it's not all of them, but the majority of them see what they see on TV is what they think. You know, what the conservative party tells them is what they think. Oh, look at these lazy people in the neighborhood. They lazy. I said 90% of these people go to work.
Right.
When we sit and park in our car, look, they all going to work.
Right.
You talking about that small majority that sits on the corner, that's up to no good. I want to get rid of them too. You know, I want them off the street too, because they're not going to rob the people in your neighborhood. They're going to rob the people in my neighborhood.
Right.
So I want to get rid of them. You're right. I want to let's go harass them. You know, so that's what it is, you know.
Absolutely.
So I did find it, what I was looking for.
Okay.
So I'm like, I know y'all had to have
You
heard
ain't
this.
crazy, huh?
I ain't crazy. So in 2013, basically the state of Mississippi, they never turned in the documentation to abolish. Well, they found out in 2013 that the state of Mississippi still did not turn in the documentations to abolish slavery. So basically, slavery was not basically illegal in the state of Mississippi until 2013.
Wow.
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 Okay, but that's out the way. So,
Aren't we
because I'm like, how y'all didn't hear that?
No, because I don't.
Y'all never heard that?
It got brushed under the rug somehow, but
Of
you
course.
just thought of something new.
Of course.
So.
That's not prime time newsworthiness.
I talked about it before. I forget. It probably was on one of my first radio show, I think. But yeah, no, I think we talked about it on here. I think it was me, you, and was it
We didn't talk about that.
one of the very first shows? I think I brought it up. But whatever, it's brought up now.
Right, we know now.
Which is crazy how that could get swept under the rug of them not turning in the proper documentation. How didn't you know that all these years later? It took like some students to do a study or to find out, and a college student, and I think 2 other people found out about it, and then that's when they brought it up. I think they wrote a petition to stop it.
It wasn't important to them.
Right.
They said they got it in most states, so forget Mississippi. We ain't gonna keep looking to make sure everybody turning their proper documentation.
I mean, is it even permanent that we have the right to vote? Did they even pass that? Because, that's like a recurring bill. Like, it can come up where it's
an
like,
act.
Oh, y'all can't.
There's no law.
Yeah, it's an act. It's not even a whole law. From now to now, y'all can vote. You know what I'm saying? They can legit pull it away from us.
Well, isn't that what something about what's going on in, what is it, Atlanta or something like that, where the state officials is trying to like do something with the whole voting system?
The voters even
more.
They, from what I'm understanding, is like I don't know all of the logistics, but from what I'm understanding, it's just like people who do the write-in votes, like now you have to send in an ID to make sure it's you and some other stuff like there, because they just
the
can't
restrictions
believe,
are a lot tighter.
Right, they just can't believe so many people came out to vote. You know what I'm saying? And turned Georgia into a Democratic state again.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh no, this happened and that happened, but nobody wanted to do
it. They shook because of the whole thing of that last person in office had said that the vote was rigged, so they want to make sure that people ain't, because he told people to vote twice, so they try to make sure people ain't voting twice. Like,
yeah, but they did that when Stacey Abrams was running for governor. Right. And they got mad at Stacey because Stacey was like, "No, I need y'all to recount these votes one by one. I want because y'all is lying somewhere." Like, because everybody knew she had that election, but now when because it's Joe Biden and because he really did.
It's on a national platform,
right? Now, oh no, they're cheating, but y'all cheated and y'all was like, "Okay, that's enough." Yeah.
And to piggyback off what Michelle was just saying, I think when Stacey Abrams, when she was running against Kemp, they were trying to force her to concede the race, and she refused to. And when he quote unquote won, they never made an official announcement. They just made an announcement about his inauguration. They never said she lost. They never said who the official winner was. So they just kind of went ahead and just went ahead and just decided to say, okay, now he's the governor of the state of Georgia. But the problem was he was also the former Secretary of State who also oversees the election, which made it an even bigger issue. So when it comes to all of that, Stacey really should have won that election. And she was really the power and the force behind this presidential election and getting so many people registered to vote. A lot of people didn't vote during presidential election with Trump and what was it, Hillary?
That's right.
And so a lot of those people, this was their first time even participating in an election. So now that she was the driving force behind that, I think she should run again for governor. And so that way we can continue moving forward and progressing in the state of Georgia, because if we continue going down the route that we're going, we're never going to progress. And another thing that they added to the voting laws down in Georgia, basically they said if any of the poll workers, unless it's the poll workers giving out food or drinks to the people standing in line to vote, if you are standing in line to vote and someone off the street comes up to you and says, here's a bottle of water, here's a sandwich or some chips or something to eat, you can be arrested for that.
What?
Yes. So there's a lot of restrictions that they have added. I don't know if you guys remember.
So they can be trying to set people up and send people out there to pass waters and stuff to the black people in the line. So then they'll forget about, they won't be thinking that this is a restriction. They take the water, now they arrested.
And they're finding ways to discourage people from going out to vote. And that's why it's so important. Like there's been so many times, whether it's a local election or a national election in the state of Georgia, there's been so many issues within the inner city polling places where the polling machines either stop or there's people standing in line for 4 hours, 5 hours, sometimes longer than that, because of some fact they're waiting their chance to get in line or to go in and vote. And the fact that they keep making them wait, they're assuming, okay, people are eventually going to leave and they're not going to vote and their vote is not going to count.
Right.
And then also with this whole pandemic, with the voting for presidential election, a lot of people mailed in their ballots. So that's why they're trying to tighten up those restrictions and say, okay, if you don't get it in by this certain date, then your vote is not going to count.
Right.
Yeah, trying to say that people were voting under people who are dead names and all of that. Like, come on, y'all, all right.
They're just trying to find any way to
reaching,
make it. Either way it goes, regardless if he won Georgia or not, he still lost like 5 or 6 other states that he needed in order to win elections. So, yeah.
We're going to have to put pressure on the Democratic Party to get what we want for the next 3 years, because if we don't put this pressure on them, they're going to think, oh, they did their job and we don't have to give them what they need. They passed a gay rights law, right? And so we need certain laws put into effect. And it was because of black women, Joe Biden is president of the United States. And so we must listen to black women and say, look, these are our issues. These cops are killing our children. You have to come down here to Georgia and come down to those states that are trying to oppress the black vote. You have to go out and do something, Democratic Party, or we'll finally have to leave this party and make our own party.
Absolutely.
That's the only way we're going to get emancipated again.
And see, the other problem too with Joe Biden now being in office, a lot of people are complaining because, like you said, he passed the gay rights law, he passed the Asian rights law.
That's right.
He was supposed to be meeting with George Floyd's family a couple of times. Yeah. George Floyd law, that law still has not been passed. So
I was wondering if he met with their family.
He met with their family on the day, I think the anniversary of his death.
Yeah.
However, they were saying they were still working on it and it was still something in progress.
So what's the Ford law?
So it's supposed to prevent officers from using any type of action that basically will end up fatal. So you can't like put your knee on somebody's neck. You can't put somebody in a headlock or, anything of that nature that will cause the person, like if you can't cause any physical harm to cause any fatalities, pretty much.
Those laws are already in effect. It's just that we have to make sure that they're enforced even more.
Right.
The illegal chokeholds in New York State, let's just say here in New York, where the officer choked and killed, and killed him in an illegal chokehold. that was an illegal chokehold. He should have went to jail. Not just fired from the job. He should have went to jail.
Yeah.
And those they just have to start being enforced now. There's a reason it was called an illegal chokehold.
Right.
Right.
So
I guess that word don't matter. It doesn't apply to certain people.
No.
So
when you have like the whole thing with are they still talking about defunding the police and all of that? Like I really need to stay up on the news, right? But I mean, I
sometimes it's hard because it gets so depressing.
It is, and I'm like, I got enough reasons to be depressed in this life. I don't need forced depression upon me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know I heard about it, and then I actually thought that like some of the things they were speaking about were really a great idea, taking some things away from the police that they aren't necessarily trained in, or like so police will be more security and not social. So they wouldn't, deal with people with mental illness. And
that's what's happening here in New York now. When a call goes out for a person that's emotionally in distress, the officers don't come. They'll be like EMS will show up. Some social workers will come and try to diffuse the situation. Officers are not really taught how to diffuse or really diffuse a situation like that when it comes to an individual who's mentally unstable. And so they need more training, really. And I know it sounds crazy, but they really need more sensitivity training and to really see what's going on. They really need that training, and and more concern for the people in our community.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people need more sensitivity training, period. Because we, especially in our community, we don't feel like mental illness is a true problem, and we treat people who have mental illnesses like they don't have a mental illness. Oh, he all right. Oh, he can do this, and and by not treating it or understanding it, you put them in a position to be put out there. Because if you're not treating them like they're mentally ill, so how are people like officers supposed to know that they are mentally ill?
That's right.
That they just wild, or he just like that. No, he ain't.
Or they're on drugs and stuff. They're all of them are not drug addicts and
Right.
stuff like that. This is a real problem, and there's not a lot of money put into mental illness. So a lot of times these people go for help and they're in the hospital, they get a little medicated and they kick them right back out. No place to go to, no system set up for them. There's a lot of things going on that we just have to start pressing the issue, especially for the next 3 years, because if that conservative party gets back in, they're gonna come much smarter than they did this last time.
Absolutely.
Especially with all the money they're throwing out now too, like they're just giving money away. Like people don't even have jobs no more. I've seen people just balling so hard and they're not even working. Like it's like almost, why are you giving out so much money? And it's all these jobs now. All these jobs are hiring. Nobody's gonna want to work.
They don't.
So it's like, so the Republicans are probably looking like, oh, we gotta take this back.
Yeah, they started pulling back the resources back. Like, no, like my friend was telling me that her husband had got laid off, and he just started getting benefits. He got laid off last year, and so they just started giving him benefits in like March or something like that.
I still haven't got my income tax check.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They stay so busy passing out all this money, they forgetting about the people who actually pay taxes and trying to get theirs back, what they owe.
Right. But I saw a meme on Facebook and somebody said the pandemic is proof that Flint, Michigan could have been had clean water.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
yes.
Because you can they can do what they want to do when they really want to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. They had that money they could have helped us out a long time ago. Because they bail out big business, but they never bail out the working people.
That part.
When they call it welfare for the working people. And it's called stimulating the economy when it's for the rich.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize, like, it's the way the system is set up. It's like you can't really, like, if you work a job and you work in and you're making $12 an hour, and some people like, oh, that's good money. Really, it's not when rent is $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? And you have to make 3 times that amount, but I'm only making $12 an hour. So where am I going to live? You know? And so people get things like welfare assistance because it's like either I get assistance so I can survive, or I work a job and barely make it. Like, what can I do? And it's like you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place, especially if you have children. You know, it's, you know, you really have to be concerned with them. You don't want them just to be anywhere. You don't want your kids to just grow up, just growing up. You know what I'm saying? You want to have them in a nice environment and just like everybody else.
Right.
So like that's the hard part. Like my son gets SSI, and it's like I can't have so many assets. I can't have a retirement fund because he's getting SSI. Because if I get too much, then they'll start taking away from it. It's like, so I can't plan for my future because you helping me in the present. Like I don't get that. Like, you know, and the money is for him, not for me. So why is it that I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's for him. So I can't, you know, because I have to limit sometimes, you know, my work schedule. So, and, you know, because I have to take him different places, what the case may be. But even still, it's like, but I can't set up my future and his future too, you know. I can't do that. So in order to keep getting that assistance now, I have to either limit or hide what I'm doing. That's crazy to me. Like,
and see, that was, I experienced something similar to that, Michelle. I was trying to get food stamps and, you know, some type of state assistance when I was living down there, and I couldn't because I made too much money. But at the same time, my rent is $1,300 an hour. I mean, $1,300 a month. Then I got car note, groceries, everything else on top of that. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the cost of living is starting to go back up.
Yes.
Now that
Yes. Around. I was just talking about that. I was like, they steady building these new homes, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes. And so, yeah, it's great if you own a home. It's bringing up your, you know, your property value. But then what about those people who are just trying to find a nice place to live in a good neighborhood, and they can't afford $2,000 a month? You know what I'm saying? They can't afford that. But that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Like, like even in my neighborhood, they're talking about building some more town. Like, why are you steady building new stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all just built new homes over here and over here and over there?
Gentrification.
Yeah, because I seen the other people on the West End like, huh, we finna take this over.
Oh yeah.
Like, y'all know
pushing y'all out.
Right? Yeah. This the hood. They looking like, no,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Y'all too close to downtown. We finna show y'all how y'all supposed to.
Right. Happy Juneteenth.
Right. Happy Juneteenth.
That's how they did when they tore down all the projects in the city, and they started making little brownstones and stuff and pushing all the people from the projects out in the suburbs, and you know, and unfortunately it started bringing down the value in the suburbs or whatever. So they say, hey, we was here, we let y'all mess it up, now we finna come and reclaim it, and we finna build it back up, but y'all can't stay here. So even though y'all ain't messed it up, but all y'all gotta go. Yeah.
It's like Columbus coming and discovering land that was already discovered.
Exactly.
It's a whole lot of Columbuses in this.
Right.
You know?
Like, oh, look at this. Bye, y'all.
Different forms.
I said that too a few years ago. I said, you know, they see the value in it that we don't see, and they will definitely make sure you know that there's value once they kick you out.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful over here. Like, and then it's like, well, where are people gonna go? You know, and they
back to their suburbs.
Yeah, back to their suburbs, and then they're gonna move back to the big city. That's why they pushing them out. All in the west of Aurora, Plainfield. You know, they push, you know, and then in Plainfield, it's just a lot of us in Plainfield now, surprisingly, because Plainfield didn't have none of us, but now it's a lot of us. And so,
Bolingbrook too.
Bolingbrook, Aurora. So we coming, Clarendon Hills. We coming. We.
yeah. But then you think about it, like a lot of these suburbs, they don't want to see the, you know what I'm saying? That's anyway. So you get kind of pushed out of that, and then it's like, then what? You know?
Then we just keep taking over wherever they are. That's why we got to get ours. We got to come together as a community and support each other so we can get
Absolutely.
our stuff together. So that way we can build our own towns and kick and push them out. If a lot of us move in and we keeping the city clean, our area clean, and showing them that there's a lot of prominent Black people in this country, and so kick them out. We gotta do better as a community. And it's we always say support small businesses, support Black businesses, but it's a plus and a minus. Sometimes I supported a business recently. I got no service. I only got half my money back. I'm in the process of probably filling out a lawsuit. I was trying to support, and so then even though I would never blast this business, I hope that they learn from their mistake, and I'm gonna push you through because you are a Black business. And what we do with each other is, if one person make a mistake, we blast that Black business so bad.
Right.
And McDonald's, like I was reading something saying how McDonald's can miss the pickles on your burger. We would never know. And you're going to go back.
Right.
Now you
So
might
we got to
call
come
the-
together
you might
as a
call the
community.
franchise owner and give you a free burger, but you're going to go back.
Right. You can have the worst fries, be cold and hard to talk about and complain, but you back at McDonald's for lunch the next day. We need to be like that as a community.
But change starts like what we're doing now. Small groups, talking about it, getting other people, informing other people, and finding the right people to start networking with. And people will start to see, oh, wow, they're doing it well over there. They're doing it well over there. I want to be a part of that. And that's what you have to start. We have to start plucking those people out and start saying, come on, come join us. Come join our network. And this is the progress that we're trying to make. And that's how it starts. It starts off by letting people know about what Juneteenth really is and what's the importance of it and what our people went through even after they were free. And the struggle from that point to this point, and what have we accomplished and what we still need to be accomplished. And that's how things start. It starts off with shows like this and others to come, and just letting them know. And I like to say, Black women are the lead in everything that we do. So I want to say thank you, women, for the work that you do. And you don't get enough praise in this country that you women deserve. Y'all deserve it, because the movement, it wouldn't be a movement without Black women. It wouldn't be a lot of things without strong Black women, educated Black women, motivated Black women to say, I'm not taking this no more. And then someone else steps up and says, oh, we're along with that. I'm going to join that. I'm going to join that too. So I want to thank y'all for the work that you guys are doing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's the truth. The truth is the truth. And that's what has to be said over and over and over and more. And when it happens, it will say it was because of those women over there, that it started. And then other people just started to join on and say that this is a good movement. This is the movement that I want to be a part of. Because we were talking about the Stacey Abrams, right? Biden better go to her table a lot this year and say, thank you. What do you need from this point on?
Absolutely.
And other states like that too, where Black women got out that vote. He wouldn't have won the primary without him, without the Black woman's vote. He needs to come with, y'all need to open up and say, look, this is what we want, or you won't get our vote again.
Right.
We all say, like, I'm here in New York, and the same gentrification that's happening in Illinois is happening here in New York. Different place. And then not only do they come into their neighborhoods where I grew up at, then they want to change the name of it. Like Harlem, we knew Harlem started from 110th Street all the way up to 155th Street. But when they moved in at 110th to maybe 116th, they want to change the name from Harlem to south of Harlem. And we're like, no, that's Harlem. That's Harlem. No, we're really actually south of Harlem. That is Harlem. Where I grew up,
That's Harlem.
that's
They do
Harlem.
that here in Georgia. I
You know?
like that.
Change my city.
They
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Then you
You
got
know,
like certain
barbecue.
neighborhoods that they took
Mm-hmm.
over, and that's West Midtown. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
still Midtown.
yeah,
Right, basically. You can put a direction on it all you want.
That's
Right.
right. And the people that been living there for years said, wait a minute, now we live in South Harlem? Like, wait a minute, I grew up on this, so when did we change the name? Just like the Indians said when they got here, this is what now? This is America. What? Well, we've been living here.
Right.
We didn't call it that,
Right.
you know, so, you know, we just have to keep up the struggle until we all are equal.
but will we ever really be equal? And should we be looking to be quote unquote equal, or
Right.
should we just be looking to what's a good way to say it? Like
Be accepted.
yeah, accepted or left alone, let us live, you know what I'm saying? Like do you, I mean, because to say that all men are created equal, that right there is like an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's not really gonna be equal. No, you know what I'm saying? Men,
Mhm.
woman, color, like there's always gonna be something, you know, whether it's class, money, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be something that separates us. So
History
should we
says
really
that
be
they'll
looking
never
to
let
be
us be
equal?
equal. No, it will never get like, in my opinion, it'll never be like that. They always gonna want to take whatever we create, they're gonna take.
Absolutely.
Got to be a
You know,
part of.
yeah,
And
you know,
they can have TV shows that never had one black person on there, or maybe only had one black person.
yep.
We got to have TV shows. We always have to have other nationalities. We can
Mhm.
never really have a movie or a show that
We gotta
doesn't
add.
have another nationality involved
Mhm.
in it,
Right.
Mhm.
unless
Even
they're
if you think
independent.
about
Unless they're
music,
independent films.
Right.
Yes, yes.
even music,
Yeah.
some of our music they used to steal and remake it into their
Hmm.
own. So I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it, I don't think we'll ever see anything to equality, but I
No.
think we're somewhat making the right moves in the right direction, possibly. I
Mhm.
think
Yes.
with the whole George Floyd and the Breonna Taylor killings last
Mhm.
year, I think that made a lot of people open their eyes, because if you looked at a lot of people who were out there protesting, it wasn't just us. It was
Yeah.
people from all different backgrounds who were out
Yeah.
there supporting the movement.
Absolutely.
So I think we're slowly turning the curve, but I think there's still a lot more work that we have to do. I don't know if we'll ever see equality in our lifetimes, but I
Yeah.
think we're
You're
making
right.
the moves in the right direction
It's in
towards
the
it.
right direction. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
think so too. And I've even heard that like you get like companies that do research on Black America, and that's
Mhm.
how a lot of these companies come up with what it is that they want to do. They literally sit back and watch the Black Twitter, watch what Black people do on Facebook, and see how Black people move, and then
Mhm.
that's how they create these certain things, because it's all based upon us and what we do and what we like. And I just wish that Black people could see the power that we have, the
Mhm.
Absolutely.
influence that we have, and be able to jump on it, and or take it back, you know what I'm saying, and take it over, like really realize like this is your creation, this is yours. Don't let people just take it over and sit back and be like, well, you know,
Mhm.
like,
No.
no, this is us, this is our swag, this is what we do. Own it, and make them be the bystanders of it, and not, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, we watching people do what we do, like
Right.
what was that movie, was that Dream Girls, when they did his song over Cadillac?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. They like really made that song not what it was.
Yeah.
Right. And it
But
went
it's
from
slowly
The
but
soul
surely it
out
is.
of it.
Because like major corporations, there are major corporations now acknowledging Juneteenth. You know, Google,
Right.
that company acknowledges Juneteenth. Uh, uh, Apple acknowledges Juneteenth. Different
Mhm.
corporations are starting to acknowledge
Nike.
it. Yeah, Nike, they are. So, you know, we just got to keep the word out there, keep pushing the issue. And to some, we're going to sound crazy, but to a lot, we're going to make sense.
Absolutely.
Well, because if you think about it, we are the bigger spenders. We're spending
That's
more
what I
money.
was just
We're the
gonna
ones
say.
that keep the economy going. So they're going to
That's
do
right.
whatever it takes. And that's so let me ask you guys this question, because my mom and I were talking about this last year when things started opening back up, and I started noticing a lot more big stores and corporations were including diversity and inclusion into their marketing. So they were putting more Black people in their commercials, more Black people in their
Hmm.
pictures to market their items. And I asked my mom, I said, this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. I said, do you think they're genuinely doing this, or do you think it's because they're trying to keep their business afloat? So let me know what you guys think about that, because I find it hard to believe that all these years these big corporations have been around and we've supported them for so long. You've never seen, or you would very rarely see, a Black person representing these brands. So now to have it in our face, is it really genuine, or is it just because you want to keep your business going in the
It's good
dollars?
marketing. It's
I
good,
believe,
in my
yeah.
opinion, good marketing. You know, I mean, but you know what? Sometimes we got to take what we can get so that we can find those people who are really allies. You know, sometimes they need to see, like, they never seen it before, but now they're seeing it. Oh, this guy's really smart. This woman is really intelligent, and then she knows what she's talking about. And I never heard it from that perspective. Even though these big corporations might put them in there just for the face, we just want to catch the right-minded people and keep moving forward. Because, like you said, this last protest over the summer, there was a lot of white kids out there protesting.
It was.
And those are the ones that we want to keep.
Right.
You know, because it's their parents that they're going against. I've seen so many videos where white kids were opposing their parents, like, no, that's wrong. That was wrong what happened. And the parents are sitting there saying, oh, no, you don't know what Black people do, and you don't know how they do. And they say, yes, I do. I go to school with them.
Right.
I listen to their music.
Right.
I play ball with them. You know, I work with them.
Absolutely.
You know? And so I'm going to stand with them doing these protests. So I think you're right. They're only doing it. They're doing it because it's the end thing now. But long term, they don't know what they're doing. They're really bringing more allies to our side, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do feel that way too. Like
The same. I think that. Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
I'm saying I think that it's really just like more so a marketing thing, more so than a conscious thing. Some people, yes, I think there are some companies that really, really do want to be more inclusive. You know, they might be under new management or new people and new ideas and fresh things. But I do believe that some of these companies really don't have our best interest at heart, or they want us to feel like we belong with them. They just want us to keep spending spending our money with them. But even still, even if their intent is negative, it still puts, there's still some positivity in it. You know what I'm saying? People get to see themselves, you know, on the screen, and you know what I'm saying, or in commercials, or in certain places, in certain situations. And you know, little kids might need to see that, because you know, we didn't see that before, and maybe those little kids might realize, you know, maybe there's a place for me in this aspect, or in this or this or that. But yeah, I do think it's more so marketing rather than
Ladies, I have to
make sure
I have to leave now. I'm sorry, I have to leave. I'm off my meal.
Well, Sarge, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Thank you.
I love it. Invite me again, please. Invite me again.
We will.
That'd be a great idea.
All right.
Oh, you already know I'm gonna invite you again.
And please send me your information. The information of the stories that you wrote. I want to spread it down here, up here in New York.
Oh, okay. Of course.
All right.
All right. Love you.
All right, guys.
Thank
Love
you.
y'all too.
Nice meeting you.
Okay.
There we go.
And then there was 3.
Right.
And then there was 3.
Back to the basics.
Hey, this reminds me of something. I remember these times.
Look, right. It's a throwback for the Monday.
It's all
right.
Memory lane Monday. There we go.
Ain't nothing wrong with going back to the way it used to be.
Back to the basics.
Yes.
We always got to go back to the basics.
Are we really basic though?
Nah.
Not at all. Back to the beginning.
Right. Back to the beginning. There you go. Yes. So.
Yes. Rewind. Okay, so well, let's just say this. I know, Michelle, you got your Juneteenth thing this weekend. Are you ready for it?
No, but I will be. I'm slowly getting ready. I've been working all weekend to get stuff in order, so I'm making progress. I'm about 50% the way there.
Okay.
So I got 2 more days. Look, I keep telling myself I got 2 more days, not including today. So I'm putting the pressure on myself.
Good. Yeah.
But I'm excited though. I'm very excited. This is my first like real big vendor opportunity. So I'm
excited for you.
Taking it all in and just letting it happen and let it flow as it goes.
Yes.
But I'm excited.
I'm gonna come down there.
I wish I can be there.
I was gonna come on Sunday, but I think I might make it down there on actually Juneteenth.
Okay.
Sure. Because the salon I'm at, they're closing because people close for the 4th of July, and this is an important day. So we are closed for Juneteenth. And I was like, and I'm like, I wonder if I should follow suit. And I'm like, because I was gonna be open and I would work on the 4th too. But I'm like, maybe I might just follow suit and
make sure you get there early, because I know with it being a free event, then it's the actual Juneteenth day. I know it's gonna be a lot of people down there. I know it. Because I don't know if you remember, but when they had the Super Bowl there a couple of years ago, they were doing free concerts. They did like 3 or 4 days of free concerts. That Saturday, baby, they had lines going all the way back up the street to the train station. So, and they had to start turning people away at one point. So I would suggest getting there early. I think it's from 2 to 8 every day this week.
Okay.
So, well, not every day, but Friday through Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about Friday too, because Friday there's a celebration. Right. Well, so go.
We lost so.
Right. There's she like, I ain't trying to hear about no Georgia.
Right.
I ain't there. I think on Friday they have an event at the backyard, the Home Depot backyard.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking about that too. I was like,
your sound went out.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go. Yes.
I was getting a phone call. Sorry. But I know they have the Home Depot backyard and they're doing like Black Panther, and I think they got some other like food trucks and all of that. I was like,
I'm sorry, y'all. The wind was blowing so bad outside that it knocked my connection out. So
it's all right. But yeah, I was thinking about doing that. And
it's light made my makeup
that might be too much. So either way it goes, you'll see me sometime this weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday. I'll be out there.
Once I get down there and figure out exactly where my booth is, I'll text you and let you know.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I got my Juneteenth shirt. I'm ready.
Look, let's go.
Oh, Jordan's making me a Juneteenth shirt.
Yes, I am. And so I'm gonna talk to you once we get off of here.
Okay.
About it.
Yes. I'm so excited. I am so ready. It is going to be the week before my birthday. It's like the final.
I am really trying to make plans to come out there. I really, really am. I want to bring my girls because they've never been to Atlanta before.
Yeah,
my daughters.
They will love it.
They've been wanting to go.
They probably want to move there too.
They want to move everywhere they go vacation at. They want to move everywhere they have vacation at.
I mean, we can come down here. This is the Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You got beauticians and makeup artists and all this
lash techs and estheticians named So.
I just never could picture myself living down south. I was never a South girl. I'm not a country girl. I'm a city girl.
Atlanta ain't the South. Atlanta is Atlanta. Atlanta is not Georgia. That's number one. No,
so the city.
There's the difference.
It's the city of Georgia.
Atlanta is not Georgia. You come outside of Atlanta in them little area right around.
Yeah, now that's a different story.
Oh, you in Georgia now? Huh?
Yeah. But once you in Atlanta, it's a whole different experience and vibe.
But y'all weather is so scary.
No, Atlanta weather isn't scary.
It's not.
It's really
y'all get worse weather here in Illinois than you do in Georgia.
We don't get hurricanes and tornadoes like that.
We don't get hurricanes either.
We're too far inland.
Yeah.
We get the after effects of it. We might get a hard rain or something like that, or maybe a couple of trees blown down. But y'all get that too. That's it.
Yeah.
Y'all get that too.
And y'all get tornadoes out there in Plainfield and whatever else.
We do get the worst, the horrible weather out here. You think we were down south?
Yeah.
Could you move? That's a conversation to be had. Maybe
the biggest thing, my biggest adjustment down here was the bugs.
Yeah, the bugs.
The bugs. because
I'm like, you know what books they got?
all the insects ain't insects. They insects. Like
They the same
So they
size
like
as
the New
you.
York bugs.
everything is bigger.
They the same size as you.
Yes.
Oh, well, never mind then. Thank you. Y'all told me not to come. So
But
I can already
you
deal with a
get used to
lizard
it.
in Vegas than dealing with
Oh,
big
yeah.
old cockroaches
You got
in
lizards too in Georgia.
Yeah, you got lizards. Yes. And them
Yeah.
cockroaches, it all depends, or water bugs, it all depends on the area. And then I found out when we moved in the house that we're in now, it's like the certain amount of, because we got a lot of trees around us, and a lot of those bugs come from the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, good exterminator,
But-
and you straight.
And you good.
I mean, we get a lot of bugs that come in because I got basically a forest all around my house, my front yard especially. So we get a lot of bugs that come in, but they not like, you know, like y'all be having like humongous beetles and stuff. Like they killable.
You so
All
silly.
right.
Because the ones down in Georgia, baby, you try to kill them, they gonna get up about
I ain't
5
trying to fight
more
I ain't trying to have no fist
Honey.
fight with a bug. Like, it's just not.
I sprayed one. I sprayed it, and you know it was one of those things. You pull the thing back. I sprayed it, and the thing went all the way in. And that bug, he was playing possum. He was on his back like this, right?
And as soon as you finish, he got up.
I was gonna pick him up with the dustpan. That mug was like, I was like,
Yeah, thank you for convincing me not to.
I threw him in the toilet. He legit turned over and started swimming and trying to climb up. I was like, you just won't die.
Why you just flush him? Was he was trying to save his life when you was flushing him?
Yes,
Like,
when it was
trying to climb up the water,
doing the panic swim.
Oh
I'm like,
no.
I'm like, oh yeah, you.
You should have recorded that. That would have been a good little bug movie skit. Like the bug trying to save his own life.
Right. I was like, okay, but you know, that's few and far in between.
Okay, yeah, human bugs, just few far in between. That's nice.
I'd rather have a couple of big ignorant ones than be living around a whole bunch of house roaches.
Now that I agree with you on.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
This is true.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I can deal with one or two bugs, but Lyric can't. Lyric can't even deal with a moth in her room. Okay, like seriously, won't sleep in her room. Will freak out when I'm like, I don't know. I thought somebody was trying to climb through her window and take her. How she was screaming like somebody was like literally trying to pull her through the window. I'm running her room. It's a moth. I said, you made me jump out of my sleep for a moth.
Yeah.
All you had to do was leave your room. Like,
Or kill it.
she won't kill it. She ain't gonna kill it. But she can leave the room and close the inner room. Why you still in the room with the moth? That's what I didn't understand. And screaming.
She probably thought it was gonna follow her. Leave her alone.
No.
Yeah,
that's why
let
her come to Atlanta and she see all these bugs just visiting. And I say, oh, we gonna move out here. I'm not moving out there. They got too many bugs. So y'all gonna have to talk Lyric into that move.
She'll be all right once she start getting some color from all the sun.
Okay, look, I've been sun kissed.
Right.
Yeah, then as soon as winter hits, she right back pale. So
that's true.
But you know, we don't get too cold out here in the winter.
It doesn't.
And if it do get cold,
I was out there in February and it was freezing and it was raining all day. Remember?
And guess what? It probably lasted like 2 days. Even if it lasted.
Well, yeah, had my trip been 2 days, I probably would have known.
Yeah. I guarantee you, it ain't gonna last no more than about 3-4 days. You're gonna be in the 30s for about 3 days, and then you're gonna hit right back up to the mid 50s.
30s.
Yeah.
You know, Vegas don't get 30 degrees.
That's about as cold as it get. You might get down to 20 something at night.
I might stay in Chicago for that.
Girl, for
Chicago, y'all get to the negatives.
Okay.
But we didn't this year.
Y'all got closer.
Close to it. I was gonna say it was close to it.
But see, that mean that we progressing. That mean we progressing.
No, that just means y'all got
that's global warming.
When Trump got out of office, he turned that climate control knob,
right?
And said because he felt bad when Chicago ran him out, so he's like, let me just give them a little bit of heat. Like,
Trump don't feel bad for nobody, okay?
He don't, not even himself.
yeah,
Right.
that probably was Pence that felt bad.
Right.
Don't get me right. Don't
He
get
sounded
me
like he got a
started.
little heart.
He like Trump hey black people. Trump like green. And
That's
Right.
it.
That's all.
he don't care who you are.
You
Black, white, Hispanic. If you ain't got that money, you ain't
don't
speaking
care.
his
get drunk.
That's all he care about. And then even then, all he care about is money for himself.
Right.
So
True.
he's in
That's how
line.
they trying to arrest. Now they really trying to arrest. Now we getting breaking news on my phone all the time about this man and all this stuff. Talk about telling Obama he need to fire somebody in his cabinet. I forgot who.
So what are you doing for Juneteenth?
Yes.
Huh?
What you doing for
What
Juneteenth?
happened?
What are you
Me?
doing? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm more than likely I'm gonna barbecue and put out the projector if it don't rain. And yeah, that's probably about it. Barbecue, drink, celebrate, me and my kids. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe
Huh?
that's a good idea. Maybe I could barbecue too. We just barbecue for the other holiday, but maybe this time we can do
Memorial.
different. Yeah, Memorial Day.
I'm just hoping I can find somebody who want to come over here and pop some fireworks. I know my neighbors. My neighbors like popping fireworks. I'll probably try to buy some and have them pop them for us because they pop them all the
Can I
time.
do a shout out real quick?
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to do a shout out at the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna do it now for my friend Angel. She had her baby after like 3 days of being in labor.
Oh.
She finally had her on Wednesday last week, I believe it was.
Congratulations.
No,
Congratulations, Mama.
Yes. So welcome to the world, Aubrey J. We love you. I want
And Aubrey at that. That's nice.
Yeah.
So yes, shout out to her. But I did want to share that if you are in Chicago, they have an event on Juneteenth at the Museum of Science and Industry. I believe it's from 12 to 5. And then if you're in Atlanta, come see me at Centennial Park.
I'm coming.
So if you don't have nothing to do, find something to do and celebrate our ancestors for real.
Yes.
Yes, I will be there that weekend someday. Like I said, either on Juneteenth or on that Sunday. More than likely, it'll probably be Sunday now that I think about it, because I'm going to church that day and I'll already be south.
Be out.
So it'll be easier.
Well, just let me know when you're coming. I'll be there.
Okay. I want to hear that y'all finna be there
in the
celebrating.
Celebrating the start of my birthday week.
Right. There you
go. So I gotta be out there.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
To come.
That's my plans to come.
Okay. Well, if you can make it, I would be excited. If you can't, I know that you thoroughly wanted to be here, and that really means a lot.
And you'll be there in spirit.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yes.
So can I read the Maya Angelou poem, Still I Rise?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Come on, sis.
I'm not. I'm still
Look
not in
that
that mist. So don't hype me up. You're gonna make me nervous, and it ain't even my poem. I probably can't recite it how Michelle Lachey might recite it, but I'm gonna recite it how So-So.
Because that's what the world needs to hear. So-So voice, not just
come on, So-So.
Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may troll me in a very dirt. Damn it, let me start over. Sorry, the great. Sorry.
Look,
the great.
We done made you nervous, So-So.
Right.
No, okay, I just can't see these small little letters that's right here. Okay. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may troll me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind the nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrous clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slaves. I rise, I rise, I rise. By the wonderful, great, favorite, my late Maya Angelou.
Yes, that is one of my favorite pieces. I used to do
Yes.
on the speech team back in high school. That was my piece. Still I Rise and
Phenomenal Woman.
Phenomenal Woman.
I was gonna say Phenomenal Woman. Yes.
You know, that's what they gave all the black girls on the speech team. Okay, so we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, give me the black lady.
I used to check out her all her poetry books at the library.
Yeah.
I had all her books.
Yes, I used to have her, her autobiography series. I'm I love
that. I know why the Cage Bird sing.
Oh yes. And
on.
it was like my auntie died when I was in Arizona when I found out she died. And I heard on the news, oh my gosh, I felt like I lost my auntie.
Yeah, because that was our loss for all of us.
Yeah, because that's exactly what she was. She was an auntie, a grandma, or a mentor to so many people. I mean, just you're special when people that you don't even know still like things can happen to me, and I'll think of a Maya Angelou quote, and then she said, and it'd be like, "You right, Maya, you right." You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes
that's Mary J. Blige for me. No.
Because look, you need a little bit of gangster in here now and again. Auntie Mary would take us there.
Absolutely.
And then look, it's like Auntie Mary sitting over here, and then Auntie Maya sitting over here. The angel of death will tell you which way to go.
Right.
Who you rolling with? It depends on the situation. Maya, I might love you, Aunt, but you know what I'm saying? I need the thug right now.
Depending on the situation.
Like Tupac said, got a little thug in him.
Right. Put it on mute.
Right.
Which one you want?
Tell people like I'm a thug. They like, my mom, no, thug.
Look,
I'm
hello.
a thug. You hear me?
Classy with a side of hood, honey.
Right. There you go. Honey, I may have been born in the 60426, but I'm going to rock you like I'm from the 60636.
So you just gonna just try to say, because if you from the 60426, you can't ride them like that? Like
my mama trying to say, because she said Harvey is a suburb. I'm like, maybe when you grew up, but no, not no more.
Yeah, back in the ways,
right.
Back in the ways, Harvey was a suburb, and then it was a.
I give this.
That's what it was. Umberg.
Harvey, that Harvey that's on the outskirts of South Highland and Homewood and all of that or whatever. That part of Harvey is still, some suburb to it. But
it's some nice areas.
Right. You get
some nice areas of Harvey,
and the for real part of it.
Yeah, the lower numbers. Now, if you're going into the lower numbers of like 147, 148, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Now, about 156, 57, you might be a little bit safe.
Depending on how far,
and then
So, because if you're on 157 in DC Highway, so you still in the hood.
Yeah, you can't be 157 in Loomis. No,
right.
No.
Right. You still in the hood.
Right. So so it all depends. My dog is just like working me. Okay, well, we can end it, I guess, because we are doing overtime, but it's cool.
And I have a client today, so I can't.
Oh yeah, okay. So thank everybody for watching. Again, thank you, Gamal, for joining us. I love my cousin. I love to hear him talk. And his wife, because they are so New York. Their essence is like everything.
Yes, I love it.
You should hear his wife. She is very like, she was like, you can go to the Bronx, because in the Bronx nobody wants to buy out in the Bronx, because, and it's like, let's go and have some coffee. You can't say, she's like, when you order
Coffee.
pizza, you can't say you want pizza. You got to say you want a slice. Give me a slice. I love it. I love her accent. Like, and that's so crazy because I remember, because I love her accent so much. Like, I can remember what she says, so I can like talk like it. But I love hearing them talk. So we definitely gonna have to invite him back, and we can invite his wife, because Penny is, she about that life too. So we can invite both of them back again. But next Monday we are having, who's coming, Michelle?
King Suave.
King Suave. We are continuing celebrating Pride.
Yes, poet, rapper, singer. I'm so excited for you guys to meet Suave, who's
Suave.
also from
I just want to meet him because his name.
Yeah, he's from Chicago, from the East Side, 71st and Kimbark, I think. So yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to meet him, and hopefully we can get him to do like a little mini performance. That would be dope. So you guys can hear some of his work. So yeah.
Okay, King Suave, we looking forward to having you next.
Yes.
With the 3 E's, you gotta
with
three
E's.
Three
With the 3 E's.
Suave.
With the 3 E's. Yeah, he's so dope. So yeah. Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, I'm excited too. That's good. Hear another poet too. It'd be nice.
Yes.
So I'm excited about Monday. So tune in next Monday. Also, y'all, tune in Tuesday on evolutionpop.com. Listen to Fasta and myself on Unfiltered from 3 to 4. Tomorrow we are talking about who benefits more in a monogamy relationship or a marriage, the man or the woman or both. So it's a pretty interesting topic. So if y'all join our Facebook group Unfiltered, y'all can tune in live and be a part of the show. Also, please like and subscribe to our Monday Morning Talks page, y'all. Please like and subscribe to this page. And I hope Miss J can tell us that For the People is going to be on Wednesday. So let's just.
Yes, we will be on Wednesday. We don't know exactly what we're talking about yet, but make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. On Instagram, we are FORDA People. Twitter, we are the number 4DA People. We also have a Facebook page with For the People. And you can add me on Facebook because I'm always streaming. And Jason Thompson, who is Space, he's always streaming as well. So make sure you're adding us, watching, streaming, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff.
Look at Mario talking about some no, I don't want.
Yeah, Mario, you are. Thank you.
And the go-to guys are still coming on. And the go-to guys are still coming on Thursday.
Yes.
Right.
So the go-to guys come on every Thursday from 3 to 5 on Sportstown Chicago, and I'm on there from 4 to 4:30.
You ain't never streamed.
Okay, so you're so good. Good to hear that both these goes on.
You're done, Mario.
And then also, this tomorrow, also at 5:00, I am talking to a good friend of mine, Jamal, but he goes by Jace. I hope I'm saying it right. I think it's Jace. So we're celebrating Pride Month on my Speak It page on Facebook. It's Speak It. So I will be doing an interview with him. And I would love it if you ladies, if you do nothing tomorrow at 5:00, to join in on that conversation as well with him, because he couldn't make it on the Monday show. So if you all are free on Monday, tomorrow, thank you. Tomorrow at 5.
And that's 5 Central,
so 6 your time.
Yeah, so 6 your time. Okay. So
that works. My baby having tutoring, so I won't be interrupted.
There you go.
So yes, that'll work. I'll be there.
Okay. Mario, all right, good. Hi. That's just when y'all said hi. We said hi to Mario. I just was putting it up there. Yeah. All right, cool. So tomorrow at 2 from 3 to 4 is Unfiltered with me and Fats. Tomorrow at 5. I keep trying to say Wednesday. Tomorrow at 5 p. 6 Eastern is Speak It with Jay Songbird. Dior. I hope I'm saying this. I'm hoping I'm saying Jace, but I'll find out for real more. We're interviewing him, and he's going to speak about his life and his truth. And then Wednesday is for the people from
3 to
what time?
5 on
3 to
Evolution.
5.
Mhm.
Oh, we're still on Evolution Pop. Okay. I don't know. I
Hopefully,
might have missed
as right
because
now,
we're
it's
not.
saying Evolution Pop, but we'll be streaming either way it goes. So,
Okay, and they're streaming on all their social media platforms for the
Mhm.
people. And Thursday is the go-to, guys, on ChiTownSportsRadio.com,
on
right?
Sports Town Chicago.
I just got that all wrong.
Yeah, you did. On Sports Town Chicago. And then we're also, Mario has started uploading the episodes onto Spotify. I was gonna say
Oh,
Spotify.
yeah.
That was what show we did in class. On Spotify. So all of their episodes that have been an hour for the last couple of weeks are now available on Spotify.
Spotify.
So yes, you can follow us on there, and they have Instagram and Facebook pages as well.
And then Juneteenth, Miss J will be selling her goods in Atlanta, and Michelle will be there visiting. So be there, meet them, and
So
shop.
yes, please do.
Come spend
Please.
some money with these beautiful Black people.
Yes.
Support Black owned businesses.
Yes, please, and mean it.
Yes, I can't wait. I got a couple people I want to see. I definitely want to see Jordan, and I already know what I want, but if I see something else, but I already got a priority on what I want to get from you.
Okay. Make sure you text me, because if I got it, I'm gonna set it to the side for you. So I don't sell it to nobody else. So just text me and let me know what you want.
Okay.
And go live so I can see what you got, so I can tell you what to put to the side for me.
For you. And
or can I get a pre-sale? Can I get a pre-sale like when I see you Wednesday? Wednesday when you come up
I'm
there.
bringing the flags with me on Wednesday when I come. I have waist beads that I'm also bringing. I have some.
What are waist beads?
So waist beads, pretty much, I have a couple on myself. So I wear them basically to help with weight loss and maintenance. So I used to be about 180, almost 200 pounds, and I'm only 4'11". So I was like, I gotta change.
Sure, like my auntie.
Look, that was my
family
weight, and my baby is 15 now. So the waist beads help you maintain your waistline. And then I have like 3 or 4 on, so it kind of shows me the progress that I make. So yeah.
Wow.
And then whatever I have left over, I turn into little anklets. So yeah, they're nice to have.
Is it tight?
They're not tight. You can tie them as tight as you want to, or as loose as you want to. I used to have some that used to sit on top of my stomach, and now they're underneath, like actually. So.
Okay.
I just want to let you know my son is 5'2", so.
I want to let you know that my youngest is 5'4".
I was gonna say my son, he's like 5'2", 5'3", and I'm still looking up to him. But I tell him, like, I'm still the boss, and I still whoop your butt. That's all that matters.
Stop.
So yeah, just let me know what you want. So I'm gonna post some more things today once I finish completing them, and then just let me know if there's anything else that you want. I got you.
I will. So I'm gonna go off live now, and we'll talk backstage. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you tune in again next Monday for our special guest.
Funny.
See y'all next week.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.